And we'll go ahead and get settled in our seated mountain. So finding a comfortable upright seat. The weight's evenly distributed between the sitting bones. The spine is straight but not stiff. Letting the shoulders drop down from the ears and just settling in, maybe softening your gaze or closing your eyes. We'll just take a moment to arrive in our practice today. Letting go of everything that's happened so far today. Maybe you've had a busy day and this is the first time you've had to take a pause. Just allowing yourself to be present here. Gently guiding your attention to your breath, coming in and out through the nose. Noticing how the breath feels as it moves throughout your body. The rise and fall of the belly, the rib cage and the chest, and then exhaling fully. And if you'd like at this time, to bring your hands to rest either in front of your heart with your palms together or one hand over the other on top of your heart. Just doing a quick check-in with your body, with your emotions. Maybe setting an intention for today's practice. Is there something that you'd like to focus on or cultivate today? And giving yourself permission to listen to your body as always. In this cooler weather, it can be tough on the joints. Might be feeling a little stiff and sore. So being kind to our bodies today. And when you're ready, releasing your hands to rest down your thighs and letting your eyes come open. And we begin as usual with some gentle movements of the head and neck. So taking an inhale here in the center. And as you exhale, looking to the right, over the right shoulder. Inhaling back through center. And exhaling, looking to the left. And just following the rhythm of your own breath. Several rounds. Trying to link the movements with your breath. Following your inhales and exhales. And aligning your movement. And once more each side. And coming back through center, we'll shift the gaze up on the inhale. And then on the exhale, bringing the chin towards the chest. And moving through a few rounds of that. Noticing how your neck's feeling and adjusting accordingly. And the next time that your gaze shifts up, just holding there for a few breaths. And if you'd like, Taking the backs of your hands and fingers, just brushing them up your throat can help fire up the lymphatic system. You don't have to press very hard. Loosening things up. And releasing the arms. And now shifting the gaze back down and holding here for a few breaths. And maybe clasping your hands behind your head, putting just a little bit of weight on the head. Helping it relax. And releasing back to center. And coming back through seated mountain, now we'll drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. And you know the arm options. You can cradle the head with the hands, maybe letting your other arm hang down, or even letting it swing out to the side slightly, feeling that openness on the side of your body. And letting your breath flow into that side body. And now shifting your chin towards your armpit. So just changing the direction of your head and neck. And holding here for a couple of breaths. And releasing back to center. Letting the arm fall down by your sides. And we'll switch sides. Dropping your left ear towards the left shoulder. And taking those arm options if it feels good to you. And just noticing if you have any tightness on this side and seeing if you can direct your breath there. And now if it feels good, shifting the chin towards the left armpit. And feeling the stretch in a different part of your neck. And releasing, coming back to center. And now we'll move into the muscles of the face and the jaw. So just maybe doing some circles of your mouth and jaw, just any kind of movements to loosen up those areas where we often carry a lot of tension. And then letting the jaw drop. And now scrunching up your face.
Shoulders toward the ears. And prune face. Exhaling, letting it all out. A couple more times like that. Contracting all the facial muscles. Drawing the shoulders toward the ears. And sighing it out. Releasing all the tension. And one last time. Sigh it out. Bring the arms up into a T position. Palms facing forward. Just flip the palms backward and forward. So begin to rotate the shoulders. And you can even let your palms come all the way up to the sky when you flip them back in every direction. Just starting to engage those shoulder muscles. And then bringing the tips of your fingers onto the tops of your shoulders. Roll the shoulders backwards one at a time. So starting to move the torso a little bit, just letting it flow naturally. And then going back in the other direction. Releasing the arms, letting them hang for a minute. Maybe feeling some tingling arms. So we'll now lift the hands up about halfway, extended right out from the shoulders, and we'll just flex and bend the wrists. And then clasping the fingers and rolling the wrists. Maybe in circles or a figure eight, just whatever feels right for you. Loosening up all those joints. And then just making fists and extending the fingers. And then just giving your hands and arms a little shake. And releasing them down by your sides. And so we'll move into just a little flow with the arms. So flipping the palms upwards, forwards. We'll inhale, lifting the arms up about halfway. Then exhale, flipping the palms and bringing the arms down. And now we'll come out to the sides, so flipping the palms out to the sides, bringing them up halfway. Flip the palms and come back down on the exhale. And so we'll move through that a few times. Following your own breath, moving on the inhales and exhales. And if your shoulders and neck are okay with it, you can let your arms come all the way up or higher, and then all the way back down. So just listening to your own body and feeling what feels right for you. Just working on linking the movement with the breath. Breathing like this is good for building energy and focus. Do this just once more. Forwards. And then out to the sides. Letting the arms come all the way back down by your sides. So continue with the arms and shoulders. We'll do some alternating bear hugs and then with an option for eagle arms at the end. So inhaling, letting the arms spread wide. And as you exhale, crossing one arm over the other and just giving yourself a nice hug. Inhaling the arms back out. And then as you exhale, crossing the opposite arm over. So it doesn't matter which one is on top, just as long as we're moving from side to side. So starting to feel some engagement in the upper back as you give yourself that hug. And the next time we come into the bear hug, we'll hold. And you can stay right here, just directing the breath into the upper back. Or if you'd like a little bit more, you can sort of wind the hands together, bringing the palms together for eagle arms. Giving a little bit more intense stretch across the upper back. And on your next inhale, releasing the arms back out wide. And we'll switch sides, so holding either a bear hug or finding your way to eagle arms and holding on this side. Really, again, taking the opportunity to feel your breath in the upper back and space between your shoulders. On your next inhale, letting the arms spread wide again, and letting them fall down by your sides as you exhale. Let's come into a seated twist now. It's a simple seated twist. So taking an inhale in the center, and then exhaling, bringing the left hand to the right knee. And then the right hand can either grab onto the chair or maybe on your hip. Just gently guiding yourself into a twist. Just engaging the muscles of your core. Feeling the spine lengthening. One more inhale and exhale here. And on your next inhale, coming back through center. Exhale, twisting to the other side. Just feeling the breath moving through your body. How it feels different when you're in this twisted position. On your next inhale, come back through center, releasing. Let's move into our seated cat-cow now. So maybe scooting a little bit farther forward in your chair, letting the hands rest on the thighs. Taking an inhale in the center, and then on your next exhale, rounding the spine toward the back of the chair as your hands slide towards your knees. And then as you inhale, hands slide back towards the body, opening the chest, arching the back, maybe lifting the gaze slightly. And just moving through that on your own breath. Being gentle with your spine. Letting your breath be your guide. Do this just once more. Then releasing back to a neutral spine when you're ready. Continue working the spine a little bit, doing some side bends. So grabbing the side of the chair or your hip with the right hand. Inhaling the left arm up by your ear. And exhale, bending over toward the right. And we'll flow in and out on the inhales and exhales. So inhaling back up. Exhale, bending to the side. Just flowing very naturally with the breath. And then maybe the next time you bend to the side, holding for a few breaths. Chest is open to the front. Flexing in the spine. Feeling length in the side body. Inhaling back up when you're ready. And exhale, releasing the arm. Next, we'll switch sides now. So bringing the other arm to your hip of the chair. And then inhaling the right arm up. And exhale, bending to the side. Inhaling back up, flowing through the motions on your own breath. And the next time you bend to the side, maybe holding there if it feels okay. Letting the breath fill that side of your body. Inhaling back up. Exhaling, releasing the arm down by your side, releasing both arms. Bringing the hands back to rest on your thighs. We'll do just a few of those hip circles, so starting to engage the hips a little bit. So just rolling the torso, rocking from one hip to the other. Engaging all the muscles in the center of your body. Switching directions if you haven't already. And releasing that movement and back to seated mountain with a neutral spine. Now walking the feet in so that they're maybe either touching or almost touching. The insides of the feet are touching. And we'll just let the knees drop wide into a butterfly and letting it come back in and out. Continuing to open up the hips, hip flexors. Maybe once more out and then back in. Moving the feet back out about hip distance apart. So we'll do some bicycles with the legs. So we'll start with the right leg. And so you can either grab the chair or hands on your hips. And just bend the knee up, then extend it out in a bicycle-like motion. Very gentle. And then maybe taking it backwards if that feels okay. And so we're also engaging the core here. And releasing the foot, switching sides, bicycling out the left leg now. And then back in the other direction. And then releasing the leg back to the floor. Letting the arms drop down by your sides. And so now just take some movements of the ankles and feet. So you can't exactly see my feet, but we've done this before. So just shifting the weight between the heels and then the balls of your feet. So rocking back on the heels, lifting the toes up off the floor. And then shifting the weight into the balls of the feet and lifting up the heels. Just rocking back and forth. And then extending the legs and just rolling out the ankles. It doesn't have to be in any particular direction. Just whatever motion feels good for you to loosen up those ankle joints. Maybe pointing and flexing the feet. And then releasing the feet back to the floor. And so sliding again up to the front of your chair if you're not already there. And opening the feet maybe just a little bit wider than your hips. We'll take a forward fold. We'll start with a half forward fold. So inhaling to lengthen the spine. And then exhale, coming down onto the forearms, forearms to thighs. Hinging from the hips, so your back should be straight, not rounded. And if you'd like to take the hand position with your tips of your fingers touching, feeling the energy flowing from one side of your body to the other. And from here, notice the breath flowing into the lower back, to the sacrum. And if it feels okay to you, you can fold all the way down, so letting the arms hang, letting the neck round if it feels good, and just folding all the way over the legs. Or you can stay in the half fold. Just taking a few more breaths here. When you're ready, walking the hands back up the legs, helping yourself back up to seated. And we'll come into our seated goddess now, so widening the legs even more, but again, just listening to your own body, of course, in terms of how far you want to open the legs. The feet are slightly turned out now in Goddess, so about 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. Rooting down through the sitting bones and the core of the body. And on your next inhale, bringing your arms into your goalpost goddess arms. And we'll hold here for a few breaths in a very powerful grounding pose. Feeling the breath fill your body, maybe taking a couple of deeper breaths all the way up into the chest. Feeling the openness of the chest. And if you'd like, we'll come into an extended side angle, or you can stay in Goddess. So bringing the right forearm to the right thigh, and then extending the left arm up towards the sky. Opening even more in the chest. And if this isn't enough for you, there's also the option to extend the arm further towards the floor, if that's in your practice today. On your next inhale, rising back up to center. And as you exhale, coming to the other side, so left elbow, left forearm to left leg. Right arm extending to the sky, and your gaze can be wherever is comfortable. You may want to look up at the top hand or look out in front of you. You don't have to worry too much about balance when we're sitting in the chair. Just wherever is most comfortable. Your next inhale, rising back up to center. And walking the feet back to about hip distance apart for our seated mountain. And maybe you might want to take a few windshield wipers of the knees, just rocking them back and forth. We'll get ready to move into a little Warrior One flow. And so we've got, as always, a few options. So if your legs are feeling a little tight today, if the legs aren't going to work for you, you can simply stay seated, facing forward, and do the arm flow that we're going to do. If you're feeling like you want to try the leg position as well, we're going to first turn our bodies to the right in the chair. And again, you can choose to stay here. And then we're going to bring the left foot so that the knee is bent and you're kind of resting on the ball of your foot. This is another option. I think we're maybe up to option 3 or so by now. So this is one option for the legs with the left knee bent. Or you can come into the full Warrior One, extending the left leg all the way behind you, feeling that openness. So whatever option you decide, we'll bring the right hand either to the back of the chair or to the hip. And we'll inhale the left arm up by the ear. And we'll do a little flow from here. So on your next exhale, folding forward as far as you can go and sweeping the left arm back behind you. And inhaling, coming back up to Warrior One. And just flowing backwards and forwards with breath. And as you come upright, you can even invite a slight back bend if that feels good. If it doesn't feel good, then don't do it. And so, of course, if you have different leg options, the arms can stay the same. Do that just once more, and then the next time you lift the arm, we'll hold just for a couple of breaths in our warrior pose. Warrior poses build a sense of calm and focus. Feeling grounded through the lower body, the support of the chair. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, letting the arm release down by your side. And so from here, we'll do a little quad stretch. Again, take it or leave it if it doesn't feel good. So if your leg is extended, bringing it back so that the knee is bent, resting on the ball of the left foot, and using the back of the chair for support. You can stay here, or maybe you reach around and grab the foot, stretching through the quads. This is also kind of like a modified dancer pose. Amazing what you can do just in the chair. And if your balance is feeling okay, you can lift that right hand that's holding on to the back of the chair. Using the core for stability and balance. Now releasing the arm back to the chair. Releasing the foot back down to the floor. And we'll slowly make our way back to center. And from here, let's just take a few more of those hip circles. So just rotating, resetting before we move to the other side. And coming back in the other direction. Releasing that movement. We'll move into that little mini flow on the other side. So shifting yourself so that you're facing to the left this time, or whichever side that you didn't do before. And finding your options for your legs. So you can stay just seated to the side, maybe bending the right leg, or maybe sending it back behind you. Being slightly turned out in that warrior one position. And whenever you're ready, with the left hand on the hip or the back of the chair, on your next inhale, letting the right arm sweep up by the ear. Exhale, bending forward over that front leg, letting the arm sweep behind you. And flowing on your own breath. Noticing, as always, maybe one side feels different than the other. That's usually the case. And it's just something for us to take note of and observe. Do this once more. And the next time you come up, just hold for a couple of breaths in warrior one on this side. Feeling that openness in the inner thighs. Feeling the support of the chair and support of the floor. Taking one more inhale. Exhale, releasing the arm. Your leg is not already there. Bending the right knee, resting on the ball of the foot. And staying here. This is also a quad stretch right here. Or maybe grabbing that right foot with the right hand. A little bit more of an intense quad stretch. And then the option to lift the left arm up off the chair. Ready, releasing the arm back to the chair when I come out of this gently and safely. And then releasing the foot back to the floor. Making your way back to center. So from here, we'll do a few more of those lion breaths. So we'll scrunch up all the muscles of the face and draw the shoulders up toward the ears. And then exhale, sighing it all out, releasing all the tension. Do that 2 more times. Inhaling to contract. And exhale, release. And once more, inhaling to contract. And exhale, releasing. And we'll do just a little bit of core engagement. We've been engaging our core, of course, through a lot of these poses, but just a little bit more ab work. So bringing the hands behind the head at the base of the skull. And on the inhale, be here in the center. And then as you exhale, bringing the right elbow towards the right knee. It doesn't have to come very far. Just engaging the muscles of the core, and then inhaling back up to center. And then switching the sides, back and forth on the inhales and exhales. And so really just mindfully engaging the ab muscles to help you fold forward and come back up. We're also gently twisting the spine as we do this. Let's go once more each side. And then coming back to center. Releasing the arms when you're ready. So we'll do just one more seated twist before our final relaxation. So crossing the right leg over the left. And then bringing the left hand over the right knee. And using that hand to just gently pull yourself into a twist. And the right hand can either be on the hip or on the chair, down by your side, whatever is most comfortable. Taking a couple more breaths here. Coming back to center, gently untwisting the spine, uncrossing the legs, and crossing the left over the right this time. And we'll find our gentle seated twist now on this side. So bringing the right hand to the left knee. Finding your twist. Feeling the breath, giving a nice little massage to your spine and internal organs. And gently coming back to center. Uncrossing the legs. And just taking any last movements that might feel good to you before we have just a few minutes of relaxation. So maybe more of the hip circles or just a big stretch, whatever feels good as you begin to make your way to a seated Shavasana. And so finding when you're ready, a nice comfortable seat. Letting your body relax. Maybe softening your gaze or closing your eyes. Relaxing the body, allowing your legs to become heavy. Feeling the effects of gravity, pulling your body down into the chair. Feet rooting into the floor. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears, releasing any tension in the muscles of your jaw or face. Once again, tuning into your breath. Maybe taking a couple of deeper breaths if it feels good. Just notice if any changes have happened in your body over the last hour or so in our practice. Guide you through a short loving kindness meditation. If it does not resonate with you, no worries. Just let the words wash over you and focus on the breath. Gently draw your attention to the space around your heart center. Think about someone you love. Take this moment to send all of your thoughts of loving kindness to this person you love. Repeating the mantra in your mind. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be at peace. As though you're saying it directly to that person. Picturing these thoughts, these words, traveling through time and space, connecting you to this person. Next, bring to mind someone towards whom you might have more neutral feelings. Focus on this person. Send your loving kindness to them. Repeating the same mantra. May you be happy. May you be healthy. And may you be at peace. Once again, as if these words are being transmitted directly from you to this person. And now think of someone with whom maybe you struggle a little bit. Focus on this person, sending them the same thoughts of loving kindness. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be at peace. Now thinking of yourself. It's important to give yourself loving kindness as well. Repeating the same mantra directed towards yourself. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be at peace. Bringing your hands once again to rest in front of your heart. Palms can be together. One hand resting on top of the other in front of your heart. Maybe now directing that same loving kindness, that same mantra to all of humanity. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be at peace. I invite you to carry these thoughts of loving kindness towards yourself and others. As you move on with your day, thank you for sharing in this practice. Namaste.